Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness Meets the Hangout Room for a special recap episode of the Challenge. I was going to say USA, the Challenge All-Stars Season 3 episode finale. I think that was episode 10. We have Zoe joining us today for our finale recap. How are you doing, Zoe? Long time no speak. What's up?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here, and that the season is finally done. It was one hell of a good season. I loved it.
I obviously really enjoyed it as well. I felt though that this finale episode was a little bit like I did. There was no
Kindergarten.
excitement for me. There's no excitement. There's a lot of peanut gallery. Oh my gosh! But like I sometimes when I'm watching the finale, I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Like, oh, go, 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 go. I'm like really rooting and cheering for people, and I didn't really feel that much this episode.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's an all stars. Like kind of a different take when it comes to the all stars. Like everything is very mellow and smooth. It's not like the main season where they keep you at the edge of the seat. But there were a lot of surprising things, like Kellyanne having the lowest points. And when they're having like the overnight, I expect it to be brutal. They go to the yard, they're on vacation. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. It's an old star. People are old, so
No, but all the
sorry.
people that are in the finale are all the youngest people in the game, right? So Janae is only 33, I believe. We have Kayla that's 28 or 29. We have Kellyanne who's 35, I believe. Naya who's 33. So that's not that old. And
But
then
it's
West,
not designed
I
for
don't
them. I don't think the All Stars is designed for them.
well, and that's why I'm kind of like I don't feel like they were the most deserving in my eyes, or the people that I wanted to see running this final personally.
Yeah.
Wes, I don't think he's 40 yet, but he's up there a little bit. Same with Nehemiah. I think he's in his late 30s. Who else? Brad, he's in his 40s. I think he's like 41, maybe. And obviously Mark, we know is the oldest man that was on this season. So, or no, maybe Letarian, who we forgot about, was as older than him. They're on the same age, anyways. Point being is the women were significantly younger, so I wish that they had made them suffer a bit more. Danielle says, "Hey, ladies, what a disappointing final that was. The whole season, but then getting to skip the overnight challenge. What the F, right? What the F? I think I don't think they've ever done this where they had the overnight portion be so easy.
I kept on thinking to myself, something's gonna happen. There's a trick somewhere. And when they
Yeah.
were saying it, I was like, yeah, teachers will be like, oopsie, it's not gonna be that easy. Go
You're gonna be like
fight a shark or
your money is
something.
actually on the shore of the beach that you came from. Swim. Like I thought something like that was gonna
Yeah.
happen. Scuba dive and your money's on the bottom of the ocean floor. Like I don't know. I just thought that that also made for a little bit of a boring like final because like it just seemed pretty easy. They had to eat some gross food. That's about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard. And like I don't know how I feel about the matchups and then how it depending on how you finish is how you got a new partner. So Kellyanne, for instance, had the same partner at least twice just because of where they placed. And I was like, I don't know how fair that is. I liked in All Stars 1 where they had to be strategic about who they're going to be doing each leg with. So hello, Jess. Thanks for being here. Danielle says, I was just sad about the people who got injured. It ruined it for me. Yeah. It really, for me, obviously on like my draft team, I had Veronica, I had Tina, and those are two people that I wanted to see just how they're going to react and interact together and with the game, and being taken out so early. Well, not early for Veronica, but for injury, it's just like, oh man, this is not how it was supposed to go. Well, it was, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Hi, Jelly. BB24, nightmare. I haven't started watching the feeds yet. The Challenge All Stars is so 24 hours ago. Yeah, I know. I know, Jelly. I know. I watched this like 2 days ago, it seems. So much has happened since. So much, but I just wanted to have the complete box set of my recaps here. And so Zoe said that she would step in and join me. Ooh, thank you, Adrian, saying that we all look ravishing today. Thank you kindly. I love it, Nikki. Excuse me, ma'am. Letaria's in his mid-40s. Isn't he? I thought he was like 47. Maybe he's 44 though. He's only a year older than me. I don't know. I can't remember. But don't worry, lovable Nikki. I'm up there too. I'm not trying to like age shame. I want to age support. Naya slayed the first half of the episodes. I probably was thinking of Cyrus, who's also 50. Hello, Dabu. Thanks for being here. Letarian is aging like fine wine. Yeah, I mean, Letarian's good looking, man. I would rather someone look like him than look like somebody else, you know? Like, very good looking. Child, when Letarian said that he may have to have a baby alone, I said, no, you don't, boo. I said the same thing. I was like, I'll help. I can help here. I actually, literally, when you said that, I was like thinking, I was like, well, maybe so I don't know, Chris, if you saw, but Chris and I were talking on one of our podcasts, I think, or maybe it was offline, I don't know, about how maybe we could get on the Amazing Race Australia together. And then if we do well, then we would maybe be invited to do the Challenge Australia season 2. And I was like, and then if I did the Australia like season 2, then I'd be in the Challenge universe, that maybe I'd be able to weasel my way into like the All-Stars universe, and then I'd meet Letarian, and then I could be his baby mama.
Oh wow, that is a solid plan.
I mean, it could happen. Okay, if this happens, everybody, you can see that she was making fun of me here, okay?
I'm not. I just like, it's a brilliant idea. You guys should definitely do it.
Might happen. Chantele and Zoe will make a cute couple.
We'll make a good couple.
So I don't remember his sign right now, but I don't know if our signs match though. So he might be like a Scorpio. Not great for me. Not great for me. Kayla guessing the crossword made me feel like the game was rigged. Let's get into this. Into this. I didn't really I wrote some notes, but it was hard to also track. So we'll see how this goes here. So they started off where they have to go and race to a tandem bike. I think that's where the episode began. And the partners are going to be Naya and Wes, Janae and Brad, Mark and Kellyanne. And so Naya and Wes were last, which was really interesting when they were on the kayaks. And Kellyanne and Mark were able to just like do that super quickly, and they end up getting to the checkpoint first. I was really like, oh my God, maybe she has a chance. Maybe she has a chance to get in this game. Like, you know, getting first place here. Maybe there's a couple other checkpoints where she get first place and take some points away from those leaderboards. But no, that didn't happen.
I think that's the thing with Naya. She has so much to give, and we expect like she's going to perform, that you get excited, and then she disappoints you again. It's like one step forward, 100 steps back. I came in with zero like support for her, but when she started off strongly, I was like, go, 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 go. But yeah, at the end, it was just like, it's a waste of time. I hope she never comes back. I'm done. I'm over her.
Me too. So Dabu says the final was flawed. Why didn't points system matter at the end? That's what I was saying. I think it was to give maybe Kellyanne a shot at winning and Mark a shot at winning. You know what I mean? I don't know why the points didn't matter at all. I guess at all. After the
I mean, it did at the beginning because you got 5 points at everybody, but then towards the end, it amounted to nothing. It was like a big fuss over getting all the stars, but when you see the reward for it, it's like, it amounted to nothing.
Did they have a head start on day 2? Like what did it matter?
No. They only had a head start at the beginning of the final.
What did did it determine the order or anything? Like they went to a yacht. Like who cares about the points at that point?
Yeah, at the day 2, it didn't matter.
No, there was.
But at the starting point,
the lowest points had to face off. That's why.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so nothing really that important. So it's going to be the first game that TJ hosted that they're going to be facing off here. So it's going to be Wes versus Brad, Naya versus Kellyanne. I was like, why is Naya and Kellyanne together? I'm like, Naya should be going against somebody, like, not go against Naya, because it's
go against who? Kayla?
Kayla, Janae, because like they have the points. You don't want to go against someone that doesn't have any points. I mean, I guess it guarantees you five points, but if you lose, it gives them 5 points. And so you, at that point, I think you should be taking the risk of like losing points in order to make sure that some of your people that you're competing with for points at right now is not going to get the 5 points. That's my thought. Because like,
yeah.
I know it was a head-to-head thing where they're pushing people in the water, so maybe she just wanted to have the easiest 5 points, but she guaranteed that Janae and or Kayla, who she's in the leaderboard with, that they got 5 points. I guess they took away from one of them, but it could have been taken away from 2 of them if Kellyanne went against, say, I don't know, Janae, and was able to win. Or Kayla was able to win, both of them wouldn't get 5 points, and that would have been a better situation. But whatever. I was really unimpressed by this one as well. So Wes versus Brad. Brad won. Naya versus Kellyanne. Naya won. No surprise. Mark versus Nehemiah. Mark won. No surprise. And Kellyanne versus Janae. Janae won, and I was surprised. I thought that Kayla would have been a little bit stronger. And Kayla was also surprised that Janae was actually as strong as she was.
And what's the hashtag for Janae's strength? Mama strength. That was funny.
I know that for sure. Yes, you're right. She did not stand a chance. Yeah, I think he is a personal trainer. He's definitely very handsome. Definitely very handsome.
Are we all crashing? Oh my God, this is so silly.
Hi, Jorge. No, I didn't have a chance. Kellyanne was the only one without a partner. Without a partner? What do you mean? I don't remember. They'd already partnered up, and so she had to walk to her. Oh, I get you. Understand. Now I basically plucked Kellyanne off the platform like a flower petal.
Get over here.
The platform should have been bigger. I know this. I don't know why I guess maybe all their thoughts were onto the challenge CBS because, like, I
didn't understand why they had to be in an ocean. I was like, why can't you guys do this on land? I just feel like it'd be more interesting on land.
It was a throwback, right? TJ
throwback,
said this was the first challenge he'd ever hosted, so it was some sort of throwback.
For me, that moment just felt like a tick box exercise. Like we just need to do something to fill up how we don't really have an exciting thing to do. So let's just throw this over here.
Oh gosh. Lovable Nikki says, after the kayak, Kellyanne was the first to the beach. Kayla was second and chose not to go against Kellyanne. Janae was third and selected Kayla, and I was last. Okay. Thank you, Lovable Nikki. I didn't notice that. Fine. I guess that makes sense. But like wasn't Kayla like really like wanting to go against Kellyanne in that final thing? And she was like, oh, I'm so mad that I can't go against Kellyanne and take her out of the game. Like, why didn't she do it then?
Exactly. I think it would be a more interesting match if it was Kayla versus Naya and then Kellyanne versus Joanna.
Janae. But
yeah. Janae.
I love Kellyanne, but how many chances can you have in a final to keep effing up? Some people aren't good test performers, right? Like some people are very smart, but they can't take a test. And it seems like she can't take a test. And in this case, the test is the final. She couldn't do it.
It's like Nehemiah. I feel so bad for him.
Nehemiah can't take a test either. Well, not in a long time anyways. Jorge says TJ told them to choose a post since Naya and Wes were last. Their only choice was those without a partner. That's why Wes got Brad and Naya at Kellyanne. Yes, thank you, Jorge. I just didn't really notice it. I was taking notes as well. I was just watching and I was kind of taking notes. So I'm sorry I didn't pick that up. I'm wondering if I think that this particular final was broken. I don't like the team setting how that was set up. It just didn't work for me. I don't know, it didn't work for me.
I didn't have a problem with it because for me it's like if you don't want to end up with a bad partner, then just don't go first. No, don't just show up in last. Because it's like, what else is there to do? If you do randoms, people will still complain. But then if whoever shows up first, you get to put up with that person, then it's something else.
I only started complaining about the final like 4 years ago. Like, yeah, it's like I used to like the final. I used to always think that they're hard. I used to always think they're good. I don't remember ever being like, oh, like why would they do that? Like the finals were always fine, it seemed.
But it's the finals for the All Stars for me, where you feel like the standard has somehow dropped. But for me, it's like if the All Stars supposed to be for older people, so we're not gonna give them heart attacks by making them do like outrageous things in the finals. So they're toning down.
I want them to climb the mountain. Want them to climb the mountain. Climb it.
No one died. Come on.
The final does not surpass season 1 because the points went away. Exactly. I mean, I think it was the same outcome, but I understand why you didn't like the partner part. But if they did not do that, the men would have been 2 ahead of the women again, like All Stars 1. Oh, but like don't make them separate in the end or something. I don't know, or make it mean something else. I don't know. I'm not sure how to fix the final in part 1. Well, part 1 was stupid because it wasn't a male and female winner, right? If it was a male and female winner, season 1's final would have worked better for me, right? Because then Yes would have won, and then I guess Kelly or Jonay would have won, or they would have split the money.
I hear you, but I didn't have a problem with the splitting, especially at the end, because everybody just ran their finals individually, so you have no one to blame at that point.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. With All Stars 1, the only reason why that didn't work out was because there's only one winner. If there was 2 winners, then it would have been great. It would have been a perfect final.
I hear you.
So, as All Stars 1 final was better because you had to work with everyone. Exactly. All the women had Big Easy at some point. Exactly. Instead of all the women not having Mark at one point, except for Kellyanne, had him twice. Also, Wes would have destroyed this final even more if he had if it was an individual from the get-go. Having a partner meant that they made it more fair. I'm not against the partner. I'm just how they did the partners this time. I didn't think it was fair that they didn't all get to experience every single person. That's the first time I think that they've ever done that, where it wasn't evenly, distributed who you went against. Okay, so now they had to transport 100 pounds of sandbags in pairs. And so Nehemiah and Kellyanne are together, Wes and Kayla are together, Jonay and Brad, and Mark and Naya. What on earth is Nehemiah and Kellyanne doing, only taking half of them?
I thought that was the dumbest thing to do. If they didn't even know how far it is, just take all of them and then just drop them as you go along. So when you go back, you don't have to go all the way to the beginning. I didn't know what the hell they were thinking.
I mean, I think dumbest they thought it was going to be a short jaunt, but like
in the finals.
I know. I don't understand what their thought process was, but if everybody else is taking everything, regardless of your speed, it's always going to be best to do kind of what they're doing, because no matter what, they're going to have everything that they need when they get to the checkpoint, and you will have to go back. So if you're 5 minutes ahead of them, that doesn't really matter when they have all the sandbags.
Exactly. One thing I did was taken back by was Joanna carrying more than her partner, who's a guy. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on
more than
it made me look at him in a different light, because I'm just like, all those muscles are popcorn muscles in there.
Well, I think maybe like that type of weight is easier for her to carry, maybe because she's like her mama strength.
Mama strength. Yeah, I wouldn't know about
guys. Guys can't handle that kind of strength that much. I think. I don't know. Guys in their strength is weird. They can carry weird things that I can't carry, but like we can do other things. I don't give an F if it's a long run. Grab all the bags. I don't care how heavy it is. Just at least drag them. Exactly.
I
just don't even know why they've been. If they were going to be further ahead, Like, why not take all of them? I think because of the shady things they did in All Stars 2, they tried to make it transparent as possible in this final. It was not perfect, but it did fix many holes from All Stars 2. What, like giving someone the code and not the other people? Like, Lobeliki said, just for the record, season 1 going into the mountain climb, yes, 21 points, Darrell 20 points, Janae 19 points, Kellyanne 18 points. So the women were handling their business. Absolutely. And they got, but it was like just the men win, right? Like in this particular final. So they weren't slouches, absolutely not. And I think that I would have felt that Janae would have deserved to be the female winner of All Stars. You know what I mean? Like, I felt that she put in the work. She was strategic about her partnerships. Like, that what I would have been more satisfied with. I was not satisfied with the win on season 2. And this one, I'm not satisfied with the whole season, but I was happy that she won the season over Kayla.
Yeah, she deserved it. And it's so funny how Janae winning anything she wins always go back to Zach cashing shade. It's like, oh, Zach could never win back to back. Zach could never. I'm like, can't you just give Zach a break? Nope.
No. I was like, you want to give Zach a break? I was supposed to be like, okay.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Not happening. He's probably one of my least favorite people.
No.
So they're going to be sleeping on a yacht, and the $500,000 is on this yacht. There was no secret tricks. Like,
if you count them starting the map on the wall with all the finale, then there was a little tiny trick.
They were drinking champagne on the yacht. Maybe they thought that they'd get lit and then they'd just like be hungover for the final part 2. That would have been something, right? on Big Brother Canada season 2, I think it was. They had a challenge where they forced everybody to get like 2 people to do a secret mission where they made them get wasted in the diary room. So they had to keep on going back and doing shots together, and like not letting their people in the house know that they were drunk and they had to do certain tasks, and they were wasted. So I mean, I guess don't necessarily want to promote alcohol and alcoholism in that kind of way, but like it was so fun to see them as like trying to like wasted and doing things.
And everybody's confused, having no idea what's going on with these people.
But they were just like slurring their word, like they were wasted. So maybe if we had gotten them wasted on that boat, and then they had like a ultra hangover the next day. But you can't really force people to drink right now, not in this day and age, anyways.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I would love to do that.
I wrote down real food, the money. What the fuck? Real food.
It's like they went on vacation on the mini challenge, and I was just so confused. I'm like, this is supposed to be tough, supposed to be brooding. Your guys just chilling, sipping champagne in a yacht with real food. I was jealous.
I was like, what? Am I watching Below Deck right now? Like,
dude,
are they primary charter guests? Like, what's happening? Wes is commentary gold with his jokes. We look bangable, but nobody would brag about it.
That was funny.
The final idea was great. It was just not executed well as it should have been. Exactly. So Mark is happy that he made it to this final, that he wants to do it for his mom. His mom is one of his biggest supporters, and will be so excited that even at his big age, he's able to run this final with some of these young pups, sort of. Brad, of course, wants to make his sons proud. We kind of get a little bit of snippets as to why everybody is running this final and who they would use the money for. I think Naya asked Janae, like, so what was one thing that surprised you, how you surprised yourself? And she was like, going into elimination. And I was like, going into elimination against Beth? Come on. And what was the second one?
Okay. I can get how you roll your eyes over that, but at the same time, the circumstances on how she ended up there, threw herself in and kept on punching fish a bit in the face. It was fun to watch.
Well, I
It was
mean, she did have the
entertaining.
help of MJ. I mean, I know that people were always screaming from the rafters, so like that's not unusual. But like,
Yeah.
I don't like Beth quit though. And it's like, I mean, fine.
She was
You
getting
went down
punched.
there, cool. You
She
came out
was
on top.
getting punched in the face too many times. I'm not surprised. She was like, I'm out. If you punch me in the face one time, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I like my face. I want to go home with a broken nose. It's fine. I'll
Me
go
either.
away.
No
I
broken
don't blame
bones.
Beth. I don't want to get punched in the face. Hell no.
Adrian says it's like Game Changers when Debbie got exiled to a ship. Yeah, with Kurt Cochran, right? Giving her like, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a bad thing, but then she got to have like a game chat with Cochran.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It was a nice surprise on Survivor. It was.
Luxury boats, put them in an ice cave and make them suffer. Yes, make them
And you also, don't you
suffer.
think that maybe they didn't have, like, where they were at, they didn't have location to film for the overnight, so
Figure
they
it
had
out.
nothing
It's
else
a
to
big
do?
country, babe. It's a big country. Like maybe they rented the yacht and they didn't get to use it earlier on the season, so they're like,
Like, hey, we
oh.
got a free yacht. What are we gonna do?
I don't know what happened. No, Zoe, not like this.
Sorry.
So we also hear about Naya's story arc, and she's doing it because she wants Jordan to be proud of her. And I was just like, honestly, Naya, I was rooting for you at the beginning of this final because I thought that you were owning it and like you're doing really well. But I don't think that her head's in the game enough for me to be rooting for her. She's doing it for Jordan. No, do it for yourself, babe. Do it for yourself. Do it for
Jesus.
yourself.
I'm definitely with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Naya is just like a bowl of disappointment. She really was. If it wasn't whining over Jordan, it's going to Nehemiah for comfort. It's just a lot of
If
things
there
that
was a
screams.
hookup that was going on between Nehemiah and Naya, I could be like, okay, let's see if this happens, but it didn't. No, you look like no. I'm not saying that I had tea, but like if that was the direction that it was going, like I could be like, okay, get with Nehemiah, but no, she's taking his
So
free advice.
I thought you were dropping real tea for me right now. Like, hey, did
You're
you
like,
know Nehemiah and Nia? I'm like, what?
no.
Slide in her DM, be like, Nia, tell me, girl, how was it? I want to know.
We couldn't be so lucky. Maybe things happened on that luxury yacht. Maybe people were banged and not nobody talking about it.
No, they were too seasick to do anything.
Right.
But yeah, Naya supporting her is like it's emotional damage at this point. Like you just can't. But I am surprised that she was like the second one when it comes to the points. I didn't see that happening. But then there was never a point where I was like, oh my god, Naya is gonna cross the finish line first. Like no,
No, you're like,
not
oh, she
one
has a
time.
chance. Oh, she has a chance. No, she's
No.
not gonna do it. So Jorge says, have you guys noticed that every time Naya speaks about Jordan, they also compare it to MJ because us and the editors believe that there was something going on between MJ and Jade and them on the boat. Everybody thinks that something was going on. So I don't know their business, but they act like they were a couple that were banging. So I don't know. Naya is better than me. I'd never forgive. I would never forgive him. I wouldn't react in the same way that she does, but I would never forgive him. He was despicable. I'm surprised that I forgave him on the show. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So someone tell Naya that Jordan moved on to Laurel.
It wasn't me. I didn't say anything. Oh my god, I find Jordan's taste in women so weird. Like,
Well, he likes strong women, like comp beasts. I'm sure if a Cara Maria was available, she'd probably be going for her as well.
I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised.
Because like he
But
likes
yeah,
Sarah. He was with Sarah. He was with Johnny at some point. He was with I don't know if they had sex or anything like that, but they were flirting one season. The season think he I don't know, there's a season that Jordan and Johnny were a thing, or like a little bit of a flirtmance or whatever. Laurel, who else? Tori. Oh, he likes
I
women
think
that are strong. Hmm?
I think at this point Jordan should just date with a girl Jenny from the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has,
Yeah, I
she
think
has an
I think
identical twin sister, which I think is fun. Right? I love twins. So Brad and Mark and Kellyanne and Kayla are going to have to, this is the next day, I guess, determine who was going to be running to the end, to the finish line. So there is a purge at this particular final. And they're going to be doing a crossword puzzle with the names of the countries of, what was it, of the finals?
yeah, all the countries that they had the finals. I think the funniest thing I heard was Kayla saying, "I don't even know what a country is." I'm like, I'm not surprised.
Like, honestly, her voice actually is part of what irks me. Is that because what I think that she does, I don't think that her voice is so high pitched up here. I don't think that she does that. I think she does that because she wants to be liked. And having a higher pitched voice makes you seem like more girly or more feminine.
Oh
Or
yeah,
more,
like I'm so warm and fuzzy. I'm like the
so
cutest thing ever.
so cute. I'm so cute. I'm such a cutie. I want to hear some fucking bass in your voice, babe. Like if you
Stop
like talking like this, like I could maybe get behind you if you're just like a little bit more badass. But like I think she's a phony trying to be like so soft and demure. And like I just made some cutesy little comment about age. I'm so cute. Like she's not cute. She's not funny. Like I don't care if you know your countries or no. Oh my god, I just guessed. Like it's all phony to me, and I'm just not buying it.
So you don't believe for a second that she guessed all of those answers?
What I don't know if she guessed. Maybe she guessed some of them. I don't know, but like I don't think she's as dumb as she likes to pretend to be.
Yeah.
And I think she pretends to be dumb so that if she doesn't do something well, she can be like, I'm just dumb. I'm just so
Yeah,
cute
like
and
same
dumb.
way. Yeah, the same way that after she got the powers right, she was screaming, "I don't even know what a country is." I'm like, okay, yeah. It's things like that. Just
I
like
don't
you
remember
are.
who it was, but was it Wes saying that it was really dumb for, I believe, Mark to be putting an S in Brazil? I mean, that's not actually that dumb because, like, in Brazil, they spell Brazil with an S, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
So I can understand not spelling it with a Z, as I would say it in Canada.
And a Z, as we say it in South Africa, it's a Z, not a Z.
Z. Not a Z. No, Jenny doesn't deserve Jordan's trash butt. She annoys me so much. I feel like she dumbs herself down. Exactly. It is false. She's false. She doesn't own up to anybody. If you're gonna cheat, cheat. If you're gonna be dumb, like don't just be yourself. You don't have to play this I'm a dumb girl role. Like it's just like I really want to start a family and I get married. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like she also settled with her partner. Like it was just somebody that was willing to marry her because like I don't know.
What did you have for breakfast this morning? I feel like you have a cup of shade and a glass of tea.
I don't even have any tea yet. I haven't even had my tea yet. Only some ice water. That's all I have.
It's full of shade because you're shady Chantele this morning.
I just can't stand her. I mean,
for me, it's 2022, and I remember telling Chris, there's nothing that I dislike in this day and age than someone being like, "Oh, look at me, I'm so blonde and clueless and dumb." It's so annoying. Like I can't deal with it. And I always say, if Hollywood can let go of that blonde girl moment, so should everybody else. Stop playing dumb and stupid.
Okay, so go on, Chantele, reading Kayla from Phil. the thing is, it's like I'm a girl's girl. I always have a lot of good girlfriends, but what I love about people in general is when people are smart and they own their smartness. I've never been friends with the person that they, I'm dumb. Like, no, I want to hang out with the people that think they're smart and they're badass and they know that they're smart and like they want to learn more. Like, I'm just like, she's just not the type of person in any lifetime of mine that I'd ever be friends with. Like, I don't know how the what is it called? What's the trifecta called? The Holy Trinity. How is she part of that? We hate her. Naya, what's her name? I can't remember her name right now.
I'm letting you go.
Nani. Get Kayla out of there. Like, I was happy she didn't go to Jenna's wedding because I'm like, I just want you out. Like, out. I hope she fails miserably on 38. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Adrian's like, if I hear an age or wedding comment one more damn time, I'm like, yeah, I'm with you, Adrian. Whoops. These people don't know how to spell. The elimination was not boring because of how funny it was. TJ laughing is always funny. True. That's funny. But like a crossword puzzle, like literally, I love crossword puzzles. I'm a fan. I used to get my mom to have like a daily newspaper so I could do the crossword puzzle in high school every single day. That's how much I love crossword puzzles. Like, I used to be kind of addicted to them and I had to deal with a crossword puzzle every day. And so the fact that they can't do a crossword puzzle with countries, and they know what the countries are most likely going to be, like, that literally should not take like a long time. Be like, oh, I don't know what it could be. Like, these people, I don't know why they're so dumb. It's annoying. Kayla sounds as if she prepared one-liners to say beforehand. She probably did. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to prepare like my confessionals.
You guys think she goes to the mirror and just sits there and rehearses the whole time? You guys are so mean.
I'm just like, I'm gonna make a comment about Mark's age. So annoying. Okay, so Kayla apparently never looked at this board that had all the different final locations. I guess it was a big map, if I remember. And so while watching, Naya and Jorge were like, oh, maybe this is going to be the karma thing coming back from when she cheated with Naya. And so I was like, oh my God, that would be beautiful if that were the case. And then Kayla is out of the part 2 of the next leg of the final. I was like, that would be amazing. But no, the gods don't love us. They decided to let Kellyanne, who did know all the locations and know the board, who can't, like, what are the countries that they can't spell? How is Thailand?
I have no idea.
How is Thailand something that had to be respelled? Like, I think Brad was like TSAILAND. Like,
no, I think it was TY. There was a Y somewhere, like Thai. There was TY. I'm like, what the? And the names over there was USA, Mexico, Chile, Thailand. Like, those are basic countries. How can you not know how to spell that? Even if you haven't watched the challenge, once you see the letters in front of you and the location, and you can easily go to, okay, here. I think that what Kayla did, but the ones that could not spell, I couldn't get it. And for Kellyanne to be so confused, she knows this thing, but for her to get her ass handed to by Kayla, I was embarrassed for Kellyanne. I was embarrassed for her. It was embarrassing. You should have done that in 5 minutes.
It was so easy. It was so, like, if they've seen some of the crossword puzzles that I've had to do in my lifetime, like, some of them are actually difficult. Like, this one, like, 10 words of countries that you know.
USA, Canada, Mexico, Chile, Thailand. How hard is those countries?
Not hard.
They made it easy for them. They did not put an African country. Easy. You don't have to spell Namibia. They took it out. It was all the big famous countries that are easy to spell. Thailand. Chile, 4 words. USA, 3 words. Canada. Oh my God.
I'm with you here. And another thing too is that, like, sometimes like lately, like I don't write like handwrite as much. Like obviously I take my notes, whatever, in handwriting. And so without having like a spell check, sometimes I'm like, oh wait, how do you spell that? It's like the A or like, is it like EN or I, whatever, but not for countries. Like I just would, you'll look at it and it looks wrong. And you're just like, okay, that looks wrong because there's like a what letter, there must be a different letter there. Like switch it out, but not for any of those words. Like these are like more complicated words that I'm just like, oh, is it AP or EP or whatever for something, but not like, is it Y or H? Like
for Thailand. But there's another thing I love about the challenge. There's another thing I love about the challenge is like they get the most dumbest people they could possibly find and throw them all in one room, and it's just like free entertainment for the rest of us.
It's just like, get it together. These people don't know how to spell. The elimination was not boring because, oh yeah, sorry, how funny it was. Kayla sounds as if she prepared one liners to say beforehand. Yeah, exactly. I love Mia Maya, but if it wasn't for the extra 5 points from the stars, he would have been in elimination with Mark. Interesting.
Yeah.
Also,
I would like to see who won that.
Oh, I agree, Jorge. Exactly. It's better in Spanish. In a lot of countries, Brazil spelled with an S. It's in the States that they spell it with a Z, though. So, like, actually, sometimes I don't know if it's an S or a Z. I was kind of, I'd have to think about it. But what else did they need the Z for?
Excuse me?
What other word did they need the Z for? Why was it messing things up? Oh no, they needed the Z in that. They needed the S in USA. Right.
Yeah.
How did you not put USA first?
That was my question, because he left USA for last. I'm like, that is so easy. They're not even asking you to say the whole thing. They are just giving the abbreviation USA, and it's right by USA. And I'm like, Mark, figure it out.
The key with crossword puzzles is you do the ones that you know for sure are correct. So if I saw 3 letters, I'd be like, USA. Like, I mean, I'm assuming I would think that. And you just do the ones that you know for sure, and especially the ones that have complicated letters, and get things off the board. And then you look and like, okay, what country ends with the letter E that you know for sure? Like, I don't like, have they never done a crossword puzzle? There's a bit of strategy behind it, but it's definitely not just like guess words that are 8 letters and see if you have the letters. Like, no, you find the ones that you know for sure are correct and you put them in place, and then you work from that way and be like, okay, I need an S, that's a country that starts with the letter S. And then you find a country that starts with, okay, so I need a country with that starts with the letter B. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you work it. You start with what you know.
Can I bust your bubble a little bit?
What?
That's what Kayla did.
Oh, I'm not saying that Kayla like didn't. She did. She did the crossword puzzle. I'm not even mad at her. Like, I'm mad at Kellyanne for not being like able to do a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, like, you do the whole pretense afterwards. Like, I don't even know. Like, oh, shut up. Yeah. That hey.
She did the crossword puzzle like you're supposed to. I don't know how anybody was doing it any other way. Just guess a word.
Kellyanne needs to call us and explain to us what was going on. Like, oh, can you just step into Chantele's now little office, explain yourself, because I don't get it.
I do not understand what the strategy was there. That was my thing. What else was where's that going? I don't know where it was going. I think that's what I love about All Stars, the element of fun. Even when the elimination is boring, like crossword puzzles, it was fun because of how funny it was. Yeah, it was. But
for me, there's just everything with the challenge.
I didn't want Kayla to be running the rest of the final. So that wasn't exciting for me because I'm just like, this isn't hard. So Kellyanne, get it together. Imagine Corin and Nelson did that spelling challenge.
Oh, come on. We will still be here waiting for them to finish. Come on. Like, you know. They're terrible.
So maybe we'll give Kellyanne a little bit of leeway because she was seasick, she said. And so she was like trying not to puke. I've never been seasick, so I don't know what that's like. So maybe I'll give her a little bit of grace. Have you been seasick?
No. but I've been sick before. Just not so sick, and I've been sick before. And no, I'm not giving her a pass on anything. If she was really, really sick and couldn't compete, she would have been DQ. The fact that she still competes, it means that your brain and everything is functioning just fine. So I give her zero excuses, especially since she knew the answers. So no.
So Kayla guessed. She guessed. And she didn't guess. She did the crossword puzzle, like a normal person would, not guessing. Like guessing is actually how you don't do a crossword puzzle. And Brad also won, so they're going to be running the rest of the final. Mark and Kellyanne are out. No surprise there for who was out this round because they both didn't perform very well in the rest of the final. So now they had to eat 2 pounds of nastiness. Liver, crickets is all that I wrote down. What else was on that plate? 2 pounds.
I wasn't looking at it. It was disgusting. And I remember texting when we were watching it live. I was just like, I hate food challenges. I hate it. They are disgusting. Until, let me tell you guys this. Final Reckoning, when they were here in South Africa, and they were having all the South African food, and they were puking. I'm like, that is delicious. Chicken feet. I love chicken feet. Give me more. And it gives an idea of how weird it is when you see other people eating other food and they think it's disgusting, and you're in your own country and it's like, I have this for breakfast. What's wrong with you people?
It's kind of like those balut eggs, like those the balut, which is like a chicken that's partially, like it's like still egg but it's half chicken kind of thing.
Yeah,
balut. Anyways, they eat it on Survivor. They've done it on Amazing Race a lot of times, and like it looks gross to me, but then people are like coming for me like, you should be making fun of people's. I'm like, I don't even eat chicken. I don't even eat eggs. So like me thinking it's disgusting is not necessarily disgusting because it's your culture's food. It's disgusting because I don't eat animals, and that doesn't look good even as an animal thing. So but
yeah,
I totally understand that though.
It's always I thought I hated it. I hate watching them eat, but I gotta say, I have to just sprinkle a little bit. But yeah, once it came to my country's food, I was like, nah, these people are complaining over nothing. Chicken feet, chicken hearts, dream blood.
I can eat all those things.
Delicious.
Like my mom's like, oh, I love tongue. I love cow tongue. I'm like
it's amazing.
I mean, I might have had it before.
I don't know if if it was a challenge or X Factor where they had to eat boiled blood. And people were just like puking all over. I'm like, oh my God, that is amazing. I love it. Just sprinkle a little salt and it's good to go.
I mean, I stopped eating animal products from a while ago. So the idea of blood, if it's like room temperature, kind of grosses me out. But my own blood's pretty good. Like I kind of
of course. My blood is amazing. My blood is good. It's delicious. Really, Chantele.
Pretty good. Danielle always has to mute during food challenges. I guess
I don't watch it. It's disgusting.
I guess I was the only one that thought that it just looked like meat with bugs on it. Yeah, it didn't. I mean, it looked gross to me, but like it would be the smell that would make me more sick. I hate liver. I'm fine with liver. Like, I mean, I don't eat it at all, but liver is like that flavor is fine for me. I think Wes was more dramatic than normal, but for the last, I was playing mind tricks with them. Eat the brain so you can solve the puzzle or look at the consistency.
Ooh, what about Nehemiah? When Nehemiah was like, if they can I don't eat balls, but if you guys can just give me balls, I'll eat them. And I was like, I am Nehemiah, I'll eat balls. I like that.
Adrianne says Rivals 2 still has the grossest rating challenge of all time. What was it again? I can't remember. Definitely there's been some gross ones in the past. So I love Nehemiah. It's like, is there a vegan option?
Yeah, Nehemiah, what do you think you are in a 5-star hotel? Like, hey, TJ, can I have vegan brains?
Hi, Natalie.
Oh my God. And the challenge knows how disgusting and gross their eating challenges are. They put cameras inside their puking a bucket because when Wes was puking, there was a camera. I can see inside. So they literally want me to see that. This is so mean.
I've not started watching the feeds yet, Natalie. Okay, the girls are getting on your nerves. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to catch up soon on the live feed. Oh, there's probably a live feed update today with Taryn. I totally forgot that's like feeds are started. Also the joke on him getting his sold aside because he's a ginger. He also said, Brad, our beards had better days. Ew, gross. His beards must be nasty. He also blew a kiss to the camera. Or no, didn't he wink? Or you blew a kiss? I can't remember. He just knows how to be entertaining. Yeah, I agree. Wes knows how to be entertaining, even with this nastiness. Yeah, we didn't need to see them throw up. Yeah, we had to do, though. We do.
They never miss it. I feel like they love it. They count down to the first person that pukes and they just keep showing them one after the other. Ugh.
It's gross, but like it's kind of funny. Like
It
it's
is.
also funny me trying to avoid watching them, but still watching them puke. Like I think that's also kind of hilarious.
It's
So
much.
Wes gets done first. He takes off to the next part of the puzzle thing. He has to go. What do you have to do? He had to
Building
surfboard.
up the
Yeah, he
tower.
takes a surfboard to build up a tower type thing, which he gets to, and then Johnny gets to it, and then it falls down, and then Kayla finally kind of almost catches up, and Wes has to go swim, I guess, back to the boat. And Kelly and Johnny swims back to the boat. Like they both finished first, and Brad and Kellyanne had no chance of catching up. Nehemiah and Naya were still eating when they'd already won. And so that was
Before
pretty
we
much the
get
end of it. Go ahead.
before we get there, this scene of Naya saying, if we finish this, do you think there's a possibility of us catching up? And then here we go
Oh, 'cause he's
again,
trying to fucking
Nehemiah
kill.
having to give the whole speech. I could have rolled my eyes until they rolled back and never came out again. Because I'm like, here we go again. You wanting somebody to help. And then they play the song when the Miracles by Whitney Houston something. And I'm like, it will be a miracle if Nia finish this challenge or even win a challenge. It will be a miracle.
Was
I
it
give
you
up.
that was telling me that you think that Naya was going to be able to handle it? Oh, someone in the comments was saying like maybe Naya will do well at the eating portion because there was the time when she was dared to drink someone's sweat and she didn't, no problem. So yeah, I
It's
didn't
like,
really.
when did she become this bougie girl? I don't eat this. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't
Just
know.
eat it.
That's
Swallow
why
it.
you shave before you go on these types of shows. Those beards must have smelled nasty. Yes, on Rebel 2, nasty when CT struggles, it's bad. Oh, I can't remember, but like I've seen him struggle before and it's gross. It's gross. So yeah, they basically do these little like block towers. Wes finishes his first. I don't even know if Brad was there when Wes was done.
Yeah, he showed up.
He showed up, and then same with Johnny. She'd already had it was windy, so her stack already fell down once before Kayla showed up, and then she was able to put the final piece on, and Kayla was still at the puzzle, and so they're both swimming to the boat. Kayla finishes, thinks that she can catch up. Yeah, Kayla finishes and thinks she can catch up, I thought, but then you see her walking on the beach with Brad when Nehemiah and Naya show up. So I didn't understand how the whole timeline of that worked.
I think they just stopped them at some point because there was a scene where Brad was actually in the water and you see the thing saying Brad is in the water. I think they just, production may have stopped them and said, okay, go back. We can't go to the boat because we're going to keep you separate. But they did jump to the water and I think they just swim back again. Gotcha. I would have been pissed. Imagine getting my weave wet and you're telling me go back. Girl.
Hi, Isrock. So horrible that Nehemiah and Brad in all their years never had to do an eating challenge. You are not an all-star until you survive an eating challenge. I say, I agree.
I agree with you.
I agree. Well, now they have, so they are an all-star officially. And that's pretty much it for this season. So we have winners being Wes and Johnny, a 2-time back-to-back winner, 3-time finalist for all the All-Star seasons. Very impressive. She really just wanted Wes to say you're good, or she just wanted to get clout.
You're smarter than me.
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Can you say that I'm smarter than you? And he does. He appeased her. So that is it. She has won $500,000 at this point. Wes got to take some money home, and we get to be going on to the Challenge USA now, which was
Yeah.
exciting. So honestly, I loved All Stars. I hope they still do an All Stars 4. I know that there's a lot of rumors of people saying like, oh, it's not getting the numbers, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a really good entity. I'm definitely enjoying it. So I hope that it sticks around. What are your thoughts? Do you think it will stay, or do you think it will go?
I think it should stay, but I do think they should give us a break a little bit, because none of the old people that should be on the All Stars that I'm interested in, they already came, they did their thing. I don't know who else is remaining. So I just think they should just put it on pause until they figure out who else they can bring for an All Star season. But right now, I'm ready for a break. I want to focus on the Challenge US and season 38 to see where that goes.
Absolutely. I mean, I would assume that season 4 would be in the new year. So it would probably film in like November and then be in the new year, which I think I'm fine with that. Jorge says I'm not a Brad fan, but he did super well this season. He was also funny. He did. He freaks out. His freakouts were so funny, and he was a good partner and a good competitor. He was a decent partner because he did get that Charlie horse, which is kind of annoying. But yes, he did it. He definitely did a good job this season.
And I feel like his beard should have a page of his own, because that beard is alive, it's breathing.
I mean, I'm still laughing at last season when Nehemiah put on his Brad beard. Izzy Rock says, I hope CT and Jonay are the team that represents the show in War of the Worlds challenge when they all finish filming. I wouldn't be surprised that if they brought some All-Stars and some MTV people in this War of the Worlds to represent maybe the USA. That could be fun. I would watch it, of course. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for all the recaps that we had of the Challenge All-Stars Season 3. Thank you, Zoe, for doing us a favor here and coming in and sharing your thoughts on this season for this finale. What do you have going on that you would like the people to follow you at? And yeah, tell me everything.
I had an amazing time. Thank you so much for including me. It was beautiful. I loved it. And what I'm up to is preparing for Survivor South Africa. I'm still uploading clips every single week because we're getting closer to the date, which is the 18th of July. And I think I'll be going live with Chris during the weekend. I'm not quite sure yet, but I might be on the Nullified Take. You don't find me there, my channel, the Hangout Room, where I upload on a weekly basis.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Zoe, for being here. We're going to have to figure out another show for us to talk about before Challenge 38. You guys in the chat are obviously amazing. You are welcome. It's all, we enjoy doing this because of you guys, because you guys in the chat
keep it fun.
So good. You make it so much fun. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. We're just trying to build a community of people that really like talking about all the same shows that we do. And like this video and tell us what you think in the comments of what you thought about this final. How did you rank the 3 finals? So out of All-Stars 1, 2, and 3, how would you put them in order on the effectiveness and the enjoyment of this final? Let us know in the comments and we can continue this conversation afterwards. And I will be going live tonight at 6:15 Eastern to talk about Love Island. Yesterday's episode ends today. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern to talk with Sarah from Nerdtainment about episode 1 of the Challenge USA. Got it. Love you, everybody. Talk to you soon. See you next season.